welcome to Lit Valentine. It's my pleasure to welcome you all once again to my channel. Today we are going to focus on the Canterbury Tales. So far we had seen about some of the works written by Chaucer during the Italian phase, French phase. But today we are going to see about the Canterbury Tales, one of the major work of Chaucer which he had written during the English phase. It is a major work of Chaucer. It is celebrating till now from the day of publishing. So today we are going to see about that. If you take Canterbury Tales, some of the key points I am giving here, I am going to illustrate all these key points now. If you take Canterbury Tales, this is actually an established realism and many Renaissance features were there. It's one of the brilliant book of Chaucer which showing the characterization of various pilgrims from different walks of life who are all gathering together at the Tabard Inn, and all of them are getting ready to go and visit the shrine of St. Thomas Becket. In this pilgrimage, Harry Bailey was one among them, who is actually the innkeeper. So the journey, pilgrimage, people from different walks of life, all these were described in a realistic manner. It is a very modern text also. And Chaucer himself is a character there. So many characters were there, nearly 29 pilgrims were there, which includes Chaucer and Harry Bailey. And it was Harry Bailey who tells everybody it is a long travel, guys. So to make it shorten on the way, two tales. One has to tell two tales, and coming back they have to tell other two tales. So altogether it is 120 tales. So he is the one, that is Harry Bailey is the one who is asking the pilgrimages, that is the pilgrims. He is asking the pilgrims to tell the story in order to make the journey quite interesting. So he is asking the pilgrims to tell two tales while they are moving from the Tabard Inn, and coming back they want to tell other two tales. So altogether it is mentioned that 120 tales to be told, but it was an incompleted one. Only 24 tales have told. 23 pilgrims had told the story. Obviously, one man tells two. It is Chaucer. Chaucer starts telling a funny, frolicking tale of Sir Thopas, and Harry Bailey asked to stop him and ask him to tell a serious story. It was this Chaucer who started telling the frolicking tale. It was actually a funny tale of Sir Thopas, but Harry Bailey asked him to stop the story and ask him to tell the story which is full of very serious. So if you take Chaucer's story, it was considered as a prose tale. It is called the Tale of Melibus. Tale of Melibus is called as the prose tale of Chaucer. As I mentioned you above that nearly 29 pilgrims were there, and which includes Chaucer and Harry Bailey. 120 tales were planned, but it was only told 24 tales were told by the pilgrims. Two prose tales were there in Canterbury Tales. One is told by Chaucer. The other one is the Parson's Tale. Okay, these two are the prose tales. The prose tale of Chaucer is called the Tale of Melibus. Okay. Yeah, the Tale of Melibee. The Tale of Melibee is actually the story told by Chaucer. It was actually the prose tale. Then the Parson's Tale. The Parson's Tale is also considered as the prose tale. So only two prose tales were there in Canterbury Tales. It is incidentally the last tale. The Parson's Tale is considered to be the last tale in Canterbury Tales, and the Knight's Tale is considered to be the first tale in Canterbury Tales. So keep that in mind. Don't get confused with that. And knight means the lowest of the nobility. They were associated with chivalry, courtly romance. So the knight were the people who are the lowest of the nobility, and they were associated with chivalry, courtly romance. Chivalry means duty, discipline of life, devotion to religion and nation, and the righteousness to women. The knights were always the who always saves damsels in distress. So these are the characterization of the knight. And our knight is also a chivalrous. He is come with his son squire and a yeoman. So all these characters were described in so much detail in the Canterbury Tales. Here, while talking about Chaucer and his work, I am giving you the short summary, friends. But in the upcoming video, one of the video, I am going to give you the detailed illustration only on Canterbury Tales. So don't get panic. Here I am going to talk about Chaucer and the major works of Chaucer in a short manner. Okay. Here in the previous video also I had mentioned about it. I am talking you about the works of Chaucer in a short manner. Okay. So here I am covering all these things in a short way. But in an upcoming video, I am going to post one full video which is only about Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, because it was the important text of Chaucer among all the other texts. So don't get panic. I am going to post about it in the upcoming video. Here I am going to give you the gist, that means a plot summary of the tales written by Chaucer during the Italian phase, English phase and the French phase. Okay. So coming to the point, if you take the knight, it was a character of chivalrous. He is come with his son squire and a yeoman. This yeoman, squire, all these are the characters in Canterbury Tales. Okay, the text is like an interactive one. It is like he is talking to us, and the reader is given a role, a brilliant text. It is actually one of the brilliant text of Chaucer. Almost it is a writerly text, friends. It is a writerly text to use, and Roland Barthes had said many things about this text. He said that Chaucer was a master of storytelling. He knew how to tell a story engagingly. These are the critic statement. If you take Roland Barthes, he had said that Chaucer was a master of storytelling. He knew how to tell a story engagingly. And the character Chaucer in the Canterbury Tales is pretending to be a naive and simple one. He didn't understand people's cunning, and that creates a lot of humor and subtle satire. Because humor and satire is there, realistic portrayal of characters is there, using the theory of physiognomy, means appearance determines character. Because if you take the character of Chaucer, it is considered as the character of naive and simple, but actually it is not. Chaucer was a person who knows everything. That is why he portrayed everything in a very clear and satirical manner and a humorous manner. And he portrayed the realistic features of the character in the Canterbury Tales. So it was criticized by the critics, because some of them had told that he was a naive and simple character. But truly speaking, no, Chaucer was not a simple and naive character. He was a man of brilliance. So that only made him to give a work of something precious and noble. So this is the critical statements against Chaucer and his work Canterbury Tales. And this is almost a cultural study, and stereotypical characters are there. It's the text. The Canterbury Tales is considered to be the stereotypical text. It is actually the text which is meant for the cultural studies. Many critics talked about Chaucer after this. And here I am going to ask you some of the questions, and I am going to give you the answers also. If you take Canterbury Tales, as I mentioned above, there are many characters in Canterbury Tales, which includes wife of Bath and so on. So there are certain specific details about them. For example, if you have a question like gap toothed and deaf in 1 ear, it means it symbolizes the character wife of Bath. Wife of Bath is a woman who has gap toothed and deaf in 1 ear. And if you have the question like young man who is fresh as month of May, lusty, loves justling, it was squire. Vulgar man who is stout and strong, it was peasantry. Okay. So keep all these things in your mind, friends. These are some of the important questions which are usually asked in NET exams. So these are the descriptions of character. Okay. So keep that in mind. Who, if you have the questions like a gap toothed and deaf in 1 ear, it is mentioning the character of wife of Bath. Young man who is fresh as month of May, lusty, loves justling. So this is the characterization of the character, the squire. Vulgar man who is stout and strong, it was the description of the character, peasantry. So keep that in mind, okay. The miller plays the bagpipe. The most brilliant ecclesiastic character is the pardoner. Okay, keep that in mind. Don't forget all these things. If you take the character of the peasants, peasants are described as the physical people and mostly corrupt. Okay, the miller plays the bagpipe. If you have the question like who is placing the bagpipe in the book Canterbury Tales, immediately it should strike in your mind that miller. Okay, the most brilliant ecclesiastic character is the pardoner. The clerk of Oxford, friar, monk, summoner, all these were the important characters in Canterbury Tales. So if you take the ecclesias also people who was corrupted, because this was the age of Reformation. The time Chaucer lived was the period of corruption and period of Reformation, and corrupt clergy people has to be reformed in that period. And as I said you now, the most brilliant ecclesiast is the pardoner. Friar is there, summoner is there, clerk of Oxford, friaress, monk. All these were the important characters in Canterbury Tales. Most of them except the virtuous parson or corrupted in some other way, because it was the time of corruption, reformation, everything happened during the time of Chaucer. Even the clerk is hypocritical here. He is so much studious. Okay, if you take the character of clerk, he is so much studious that he does not even feed his horse. So the knight character is a virtuous, chivalrous character. And there were three estates of women. In Canterbury Tales, they talked about three estates of women. They are virgin, wife, and widow. All or three of them are in Wife of Bath. If you take the character Wife of Bath and the story told by her, you can come across the three estates of women, that is virgin, wife, and widow. All these three of them are mentioned in the Wife of Bath. So this is a book which shows lots and lots of social commentaries. After writing Canterbury Tales, Chaucer died in 1400. Chaucer died in 1400 and he was buried in Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey, and that is the place where lots and lots of later poets also buried. So keep that in mind. Chaucer was buried in Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey. He died in 1400. Okay. So thank you for watching, friends. Thank you for watching Lit Valentine, and give your likes, give your comment. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comments. In the upcoming videos, I would like to post about that regarding your doubts, and keep subscribing Lit Valentine and share it with your friends who are in need of learning, who are pursuing their career in English literature, or who wants to improve their vocabulary in spoken English like that. Keep asking them to watch Lit Valentine. It's my humble request. And apart from that, I want to give you one more attention that in the upcoming videos, I would like to post the idioms, the topics regarding spoken English. I would like to post it separately through shorts. Okay, so keep watching Lit Valentine to get regular updates, regular interesting videos. So don't get panic. I like to cut short everything according to your way of understanding. So don't get panic. Keep watching like as you are watching a movie, which I mentioned in my first video itself. So till that, have a great day. Keep watching. Have a great day. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.